special edition of the JANHA show.
Mr. Martin Monday, one of the most recognized DJ among the Gambians in the diaspora and the Gambians back home. Mr. Monday's stories and the reason behind his successful DJing will inspire you today.
Hello and welcome to special edition of the JANHA show. I'm your host, Mrs. JANHA. Today I'm here with the Gambian world-renowned DJ, Mr. Martin Monday. The great thing about this amazing gentleman is that he is so well-rounded and he knows when and where to play the right music. He's so humbling and it's so amazing to have Mr. Martin Monday on the show. Without further introduction, please help me welcome Mr. Martin Monday. Welcome on the show, sir.
All right, thank you, Mimi.
You know, Martin, you are doing it. You're doing your thing, you're making it happen. Tell our viewers out there that are watching the show a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Martin Monday, Gambian DJ. My parents are Gambian as well. I was born here in Maryland.
You were born in Maryland?
I was born in Maryland, but I don't think a lot of people know that. So when I was 4, I moved to Gambia, where I lived until I was 14, and I moved to the UK, and then moved back to the States back in '92. Yeah, and I've lived here since '92.
Yeah. Martin, it's just so humbling. It's so humbling, and you're very well-rounded. Why DJ?
Why DJing?
Out of all the professions.
Out of all the professions,
why
well,
DJ?
DJing. When I lived in England, I used to buy records a lot.
Records.
I used to go, records, like LPs. The 12-inch, the 7-inch. I know not too many people probably watching this right now know exactly what I'm talking about.
You can Google it. It's called records.
Records, vinyl. Right. So I used to go to the record store on Tuesdays, because Tuesdays you had new releases. So you could watch them. You couldn't download anything back then. So you had to wait for the record to come out on Tuesdays, the new releases, and then go in with all the pocket. Yeah, so every Tuesdays I went to the record store. Well, first, then you had to know, there was no Shazam, you had to know the title of the song. So by watching Top of the Pops or MTV, and then hopefully you'll capture the title and write it down on a piece of paper. So you just sit down, right, and watch music videos. Back in the day, Video Soul, VH1, and then write the title of the songs, and then when you go to the record store, the records were, alphabetical order, arranged by artists and songs. So I used to go and flip through, and they were like, wow, excited, I found the record I needed, and then I think it was like maybe $4.99 or $5. Yeah.
Back in the day, it was a lot of money.
Yeah, that was a lot of money. So you get the records, and then, get your collection together. And so anyway, this was back in England, and when my father passed away back in '91. Yeah, thank you. So we moved back to Gambia for briefly. So this was like the end of '91. My father passed away in '91, so '92 moved to Gambia. So I had all these records. So I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna throw these records away. So then I got into DJing back in '92.
Was it because of the love of the music, or because you just didn't want to throw the record?
I didn't. Well, both, because I had a whole bunch of records, and then I love music. I mean, people who've known me since then know how much I love music. Of course,
you spent all those time to go dig in and make sure you're getting the right record.
I was in Gambia for about 6 months, and then it was during the passing out days, passing out parties. Yeah, the picnics.
Yeah, I know about that one.
Tropicana, Belingo, So every now and then I used to like. I used to like what we call it, apprenticeship. DJ apprenticeship.
But you were young back then, though.
I was young. Yeah, I won't tell you how young I was. But so I used to go into the clubs, and they would give me like maybe 45 minutes to 1 hour.
So they would let you in the club?
Yeah, let me in the club. Well, mind you, I was at least 18 by then.
Oh.
Right. So now I'm giving away my age. Right.
Okay. We're just counting it there.
Right. So I used to go into the clubs, and they would give me like 45 minutes to 1 hour to play music. And then I would play, I would play mostly like R&B, hip hop, and then as time went on, started to build my fan base. People got a little excited. It was kind of different from what you would hear in the club on a daily basis. So that's where it really kicked in. And then when I came back here, I started playing for free at like baby showers. And some of these kids now see them in the ALD. I was like, I was DJ at your baby shower.
No way!
Right.
Wow, how does that make you feel?
I know, like old. Yeah. I remember one lady, she gave me a cassette during her her daughter's baby shower. And I never gave it back. I think I lost it or something. And up till today, like 25 years later, just like, ano semua cassette? Yang emang semua cassette? What's the name of semua cassette? I'm like, what? Yeah. And then it's like, hold on, we need it. Baby shower and Bilala Jok cassette. And I was like, oh my God, she's grown. I think she's in college now or something.
Wow.
Right. So anyway, so I started doing it for free, and then at about 2003 is when I really started charging for DJing. So I did for about 10 years for just like just a hobby.
But why was that? Was it because you loved the music, or you just
because I had so much passion for DJing, and I just wanted to be out there. Yeah, it's a hobby. It's a hobby. Yeah, it still is a hobby. So did it 2003 about there. Started charging.
So how much you charge?
Well, now or it depends.
We just want to know if somebody wants to hire.
It depends. A lot of times it depends on what kind of event it is. How many guests you're having in the event.
Being Gambian events, you never know how many people turn up.
Right, how many people turn up, the size of the venue, and So it's a wedding 9 p.m. to like maybe 10 p.m. arrival of guests. You're supposed to have that. You're supposed to have a program.
So pretty much you're telling the Gambian people that if you're gonna have an event, it's better you have the program.
Yeah, you have the program. So people know. People coming, know what to expect. Throughout the night, especially your non-Gambian friends, because number one, they're gonna come on time. So you tell them 9 p.m. They're gonna come at 9 p.m. And usually, come there. Okay, fine. Play soft music, soft background music.
So do you get to decide that, or is
no. It's entirely up to the host, right? The host of the event, whether it's the bride, the groom, or the wedding planner.
You've been so well rounded. That's why I'm like, if I have an event that you come
So if I'm to advise you, if you were to ask for my advice in the wedding, I would say, draft a program and then email it to me. And then I can go over it with you and to see, what needs change, or or if it's okay, then we can proceed to the next step. But when you do that, you're supposed to rehearse, rehearse, get all the people involved, your
You didn't
bridesmaids.
really do that. Like, you know, I
some
never had a
do.
wedding in my, well, I'm married, of course, but I never had like a big fancy wedding.
Okay.
But the ones that I normally go to,
Right.
usually when it comes to the Gambian people, like, I don't know, I just never thought it's ever scripted.
No,
Or it's supposed to be
it's supposed to
scripted.
be because
Never.
because if you're a guest, say for instance you are just random. Say for instance you're Swedish, never been to a Gambian wedding before, and you get invited by one of your Gambian friends to a wedding. You go in there at 9. Say for instance 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. Okay, they tell you it begins at 9. You're gonna go there at 9.
Of course.
Right.
Yeah.
So you go there at 9. You know, there's no one there. You know, the
That's
DJ,
midnight.
right? The DJ's there.
There.
The DJ's there. You know, a lot of times I have to.
So you always
know,
have to be there earlier.
Yeah, you have to be there earlier because
If
DJ's
they
always
come in
there.
3 hours late,
Right.
but you always have to be there.
You have to be there, right? So you go there. You have to entertain these people. Because a lot of times, you know, when you're DJing, those are the people, you know, that arrive first.
True.
You know, the non-Gambians. So, you know, not trying to be funny, but that's
I'm
really
not copying
right.
anything, but I'm just saying you
Right.
are typically right about that. The non-Gambians are the only ones that will show up at the wedding on time.
They would show up on time. You know, there are Gambians that would show up on time, but you know, but your non-Gambians are always going to be there on time. You know, so when they come, you know, you have to introduce yourself. You know, you have to tell them to be patient. You know, people will eventually show up.
You know,
You know.
that's amazing. So let's talk about the music genre
Right.
that is in right now. What did you think about it?
Well, Afrobeats is very powerful.
Afrobeats?
There's people at work who've never heard of the Gambia, Nigeria, or anywhere, but do listen to Afrobeats. Like 3 days ago at work, a co-worker of mine, an African American friend of mine, was listening to Afrobeats is the Niger music.
Oh, the Niger music is
Right.
the Afrobeat.
It's considered Afrobeat. So she was listening to techno. Techno is very popular Nigerian artist.
Oh, really?
And yeah, so she was listening to it. She was like, "Wow, I like this." And I was like, "Wow, you know, it's just amazing how far that genre has come. That it's like global now. It really is universal." And you go to England, you know, you hear it in the radio station. Even here, you hear it in the radio
So
station.
you're thinking like pretty much the African Afrobeats, it's gonna take over.
It has taken over.
It has
for the
taken
most
over?
part. Yeah,
You
because
were
you hear it.
being a DJ,
It really has. Yeah, you hear it. You know, you go to Jamaica, you hear it. You go to Caribbean, you know, West Indians listen
How
to
does it
it.
make you feel? You know,
Makes me feel,
being the fact
you know,
that you're being African DJ.
Right.
whole
You know,
life.
it makes you feel. You know, you kind of feel proud. You know, you can't take much credit because I'm not from Nigeria. You know, but you know, I just wish that one day, you know, Gambian artists can come up with a genre that would explode.
I heard they have an Afro-wave.
Okay.
Afro-wave.
Afro-wave.
Yeah, I think one of the artists that I was interviewing, and I asked him, and he's like, the Gambian music is really the Afro-wave.
Afro-wave. Okay.
Anyway, by the way, what is your intake about the Gambian music genre?
Gambian music, you know, it's definitely come a long way. There's still room for improvement. You know, I know a lot of times the DJs get criticized for not playing enough Gambian music. But you know, when I remember last year when Baibao came up with that, Fahas and Malau featuring Bob Diouf.
Yeah,
You know, those are, you just think, you know, you hear it, you know, boom, you know this is gonna work. You know, when you play it, it's gonna work.
So you also have the gift that as soon as you hear music,
You hear it.
That's a hit.
Right.
That's a hit.
You hit. Sometimes you know sometimes it's the beats that do it. Sometimes it's the lyrics that would do
But
it.
you can actually tell.
You can tell for the most part, not all the time, but for the most part, you can tell. You can tell what's gonna move a crowd. You know. Yeah, you can
That's
tell what's gonna
amazing. The fact that you can actually tell, like you said, you hear the music,
Yeah.
but you can tell if the healer is amazing. So you know, being in the Gambian music genre, of course, being a Gambian DJ, you know, what are some things that you wish they can change right now in the Gambia? You know, being the Gambian music genre.
Probably think outside the box. Don't cater to the Gambian crowd because a lot of times it will take
Why
like
not?
because the Gambian market is small. The Gambian market is small. Say for instance, if someone came up with a hit that sometimes it takes someone else to recognize you before your Gambian people tend to appreciate you. Say for instance, if a Gambian hit was showed in CNN, all of a sudden, you know, even people like me start sharing on Facebook. Oh wow, proud Gambian, you know, proud Gambian, yeah, proud Gambian. I'm so proud, you know. So you know, that
but
it's gonna.
Do you also think that's maybe like lack of the fact that you just don't have that much exposure?
I don't think it's the exposure. I don't think it's the exposure. I still think, you know, I think the record producers have come a long way, because sometimes it's the producers that need to come up with a hit and help their artist move to the next level.
So the producers means the ones that
compose the music, you know, the beats in particular, because you have a catchy beat, but if the lyrics don't go with the beat, then you know it may not be a hit. You know, two different artists can have the same beat, but then the lyrics might make all the difference, right? So you know that's. But I still think one day, very soon, you know, there will be a hit that, you know, someone in Asia will say, wow, you know, you could be going to China and all of a sudden someone's jamming to a Gambian beat. And I just hope that one day we can get that, so that Gambian music can be in the world stage. Because you go to Gambia.
What are you doing towards that? You know, you're being a world-renowned DJ, very exposed.
You know, I wish I was a producer. You know, I wish I was a producer. You know, I don't really know anything about.
But being the fact that you have the gift, that you have to hit us.
So, you know, I wish that, you know, the next time I go to Gambia, I can actually sit with some producers and some artists and maybe give some feedback. I know one of my cousins just sent me a song last week, and he wants me to play it at the ALD. So I'll give it a try and see, you know, and see what kind of response you get from the crowd, right?
So sometimes you also feel like the Gambian crowd is a little bit harder.
It's hard. It's you know, it's hard depending on where, you know, you play. You play, say for instance, you go to Atlanta, you go to Dallas, you go to Gambia, London, Scandinavia. It's a different crowd everywhere you go. And you can't
different Gambian
crowd, different response you're gonna get from certain songs. Right. So you play in Maryland here, you know, it's more of a Malak crowd. Here in Maryland. The typical Gambian events like the ALD, you know, you're gonna have to step up your Malak game. My Malak game is not really that great. You know, you go to
so the Malak is the Alaf?
Yes, the Naga music, correct. Naga. Right. So you go to Atlanta, it's for the most part the same, you know, and then you come to the Sangmari, which is the Gambian Christian event.
I have so many great things about that.
Right, so that you can play a little bit more of the soca and the Afro beats and correct.
Where's the soca from?
Soca, well, the soca is usually from Sierra Leone or the Caribbean. Right, Sierra Leone, they call it salon music, but it really is, when you listen to the beat, it really is like soca.
Soca?
Right, soca, and that's, you know, originated from Trinidad and Tobago, the Caribbean.
The Caribbean.
Right.
Wow, so like that happy. So everywhere you go, the Gambians have like different.
Yeah, it's a different age bracket too. You know, here in Maryland, you have the older Gambian crowd,
old
and
school, like
right,
founders.
Right, and the you know, for the most part, people have been here since the early 90s to the mid 90s, and their children that were born here. That's what you have for the most part in Maryland. You know, you go to Atlanta, you go to Raleigh, North Carolina, you go to Texas, Dallas, Texas. You know, you have a younger crowd, probably more fitting for today's genre. Yeah, like the Afrobeats.
What's so hard about being a DJ? Especially being a Gambian DJ.
Being a Gambian DJ, sometimes getting people to dance.
I'm sorry, I'm just, you know.
It's getting people to dance can be hard at times, especially with the sometimes it's just because the place is too bright, or the DJ is not feeling the sound because the venue is not suited for good sound. Because there's too much concrete in the building, You know, yeah,
Wow.
yeah. If the building is like,
excuse my not smartness, when it comes to the music genre. I just never knew that.
yeah,
So,
empty.
the environment of the place
The place,
can
correct,
make it or break it.
correct.
So even the wall has something.
The wall, yeah, because you go to a club, you know, my strength is playing at in a nightclub.
In a nightclub?
Because because it was built for subs sound. You know, when you hear powerful speakers in a nightclub, it sounds a whole lot better than you hear it in like a basketball lawn or something. Yeah, it makes all the difference. People will always come to events when they know you're the DJ.
Oh really?
So, yeah,
so you get that too, right?
Yeah, I get that too. You know,
I'm a fan, so
there you go.
I'm a fan. You
All
know,
right.
as soon as I heard Martin Monday to the DJ, I was like, sure, it's about.
Well, thank you.
I'm coming.
Yeah, so that's the one good thing. You know, one of the few good things that I love about DJing. You know, you have a following, and plus we have the old school costume party this December in Gambia.
Oh.
Yeah, this year. Yeah, it's like an '80s, late '80s, early '90s attire, costume
From the Gambia
reunion.
or
What, the costumes?
yeah, is it from the Gambia or it's just 80 outfit like
80s,
worldwide?
just general 80s, like the way people dressed in the 80s go to the clubs pretty much. In the late 80s, early 90s,
In
yeah.
December?
In December, at the end of this year in Gambia, yeah. So probably actually week 1 in January, but because December 2017 going to January, yeah.
So you're gonna be hosting that?
I'll be hosting that in the Gambia.
Oh
yeah,
my God.
yeah. It'll be the fifth one.
Hopefully, it'll be the fifth one?
It'll be the fifth one.
Wow.
Yeah, we didn't have it last year for obvious reasons. Last December for obvious reasons,
Yeah.
and then the previous December, you know, I had a death in the family. So yeah, thank you. So hopefully this December, you know, we already got a venue.
In Gambia, right?
Right.
You know, and also, how do you connect with the base in Gambia?
You connect the
How
base,
do
you
they
know.
receive you?
You know.
They consider you to be like the legend of the DJ.
No, this.
Or they
You know,
just feel like,
I'm probably one of the close to retirement now when it comes to DJing. But there's
Well,
plenty
you're
of.
very influential though.
Well, thank
you know,
you.
you started from nowhere.
Right.
You know, being that from the Gambia to being such a recognizable DJ or so. That's a big deal.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Well, thank you. But there's a lot of great DJs in Gambia. You know.
Who's your favorite?
My favorite in Gambia. Well, there's what's his name again? There's one that plays in Aquarius. I'm not really sure what his name, but he's my friend on social media. But he's very good. And you also have what's his name again? Sorry, I'm like I have a brain fart right
It's
now.
alright.
Yeah.
So you actually have like two DJs that you can be like, you know,
in the Gambia, yeah, in the Gambia, you have DJ, you know, because it's a big deal in it seems like it's more of a big deal in Gambia to step up your game when it comes to DJ, especially at a nightclub. Yeah, because I go to Aquarius. You know, I'm a critique, of course. You know, all DJs are going to be critiques when they go to events. You know, yeah.
Do you also do that, like when you get to the event or a nightclub, and then you enjoying and dancing like me and other people? You are in tune with the DJ and how the music is playing.
How the music is playing, you know, and a lot of times actually you do learn from a lot of DJs. I you know, you learn from other DJs how they play the music, you know, how they cue the songs, you know, their lineup. You know, you every now and then I have to admit I do steal a couple of lineups, and then I would try to, you know, change it into my own.
Make it own.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it is. It's
Right.
amazing, you know, from a DJ where you get in a venue, you know the music is good or bad.
Yeah,
And
you
people
you
like
know.
the ordinary people just get in there. I'm like, okay, I went to my favorite song.
Your favorite song,
Alright, I
yeah.
know my favorite song.
Meanwhile, the DJ is making sure, you know, the songs, they sync well and almost perfectly, so you don't hear like a miscue of the transition, you know, from one song. Yeah, it had to be in the right sequence. The beats per minute, BPMs has to be exactly the same in order to get the right transition.
So if a young Gambian is watching the show right now, a young
Right.
Gambian guy
Right.
or woman or man that wants to be a DJ,
Right.
what is one thing that you want to tell them? What is an advice
Um,
you give to them?
you know, one, you gotta have the passion to do it. You know, just don't do it because you want to be famous or you want to have, you know, you want to make money. You know, do it because you love it. And then secondly, you know, when you're DJing events, make sure you have the appropriate music for the type of event that you're DJing.
So every event should
Right.
have like a type of
Right.
music.
Like you can't be at a wedding, you know, DJing, and you know while the guests are walking in, you know, play like Tupac and Biggie. You know, that's just like a no-no. But I'm sure most DJs do, but don't. But I've been to one wedding where, you know, I'll never forget that. You know,
Resonating in my head.
right.
The bride and groom walking, and next thing you know, yeah, begin to buy.
Right. Well, not while they're walking in, but while the guests are coming in. Right. Right. You don't want to be playing, you know, any hip hop while you know, when people are coming into to a wedding and, you know, being ushered to their seats. Right.
So those are some things. And in Gambia right now, the music Gambia, who's your favorite musician right now?
In Gambia, I gotta say G.
Oh.
Yeah, I gotta say G. You know,
Yeah,
I'm a follower. He probably doesn't know that, but
well,
but I do.
G,
But now he does.
G,
Yeah.
you just got your a fan.
I'm sure he knows. Yeah, we greet each other. He's very nice gentleman.
He's very
Yeah, yeah. So he's good. You know, I haven't met most of the other ones, but I know Jali Madi is
Oh
awesome.
yeah, he's also very
Yeah,
talented.
he's very
Very
very different. I think those two really stick out for me as far as Gambian music, and I just hope that, you know, one day, you know, you can watch him on BET, and they'll be able to, you know, like able to go to like any club in the States and hear their music.
Because, you know, I hear a lot of them saying that, no, we don't get support, Gambia didn't get support, you know, nobody wants to support us. And then they bring all these foreigners to come perform in Gambia when we're here with talent and stuff like that. What is your take about that? How do you feel about their complaint?
Well, you know, they have a valid complaint, but for the people that bring the artists, you know, they also here to make money. You know, if you're bringing an artist, if you want to bring someone that's gonna sell every seat, right? You know, you want your venue to be sold out. So that's usually, I would think, whoever's bringing any artist or whoever's, organizing an event, that's what you want to do. You want to sell as many tickets as possible. Because then it is a business.
So what do you tell those artists right now?
What tells artists, just, don't give up.
Stop complaining
No.
or
No.
I'm sorry.
No, just don't give up. You know, people will support you even if they never have. You know, just keep going. You know,
That's true.
yeah, just keep going. You know, there's times when I go to DJ, and the events don't turn out the way I hope they would. You know, but you can't just take that one moment and not continue to be to do what you believe in. You just have to keep pushing. Now, you're gonna have you're gonna have moments where you're like, oh my God, I can't believe what happened.
Has that moment ever happened?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Walk us through that.
Of course. Sorry.
Walk us through that moment.
Well, when you usually, you have an event. I remember once I had to DJ a wedding, and this wasn't. By the way, this wasn't a Gambian. It wasn't a Gambian wedding, but I had the bride and groom entrance song just would not play in the format. I think I had MP3 format, and it just would not play. I don't know what happened that day, so I had to leave the deck and run outside to where they were waiting to walk in and tell them that the entrance song is for some reason I could not play it, and I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that day. And they asked me to play another song.
So they were nice enough.
Yeah, they were nice enough.
So you were nervous, but they were nice enough.
Yeah, at that moment, there's nothing I could have done.
At least not like a Brazil or Godzilla.
Right.
That's my son. I told you.
Right. Yeah. I'm sure. I'm sure they were upset, but so that's why from that day you want to make sure you test every song that you've been given as part of the wedding playlist to make sure it actually does play.
How long have you been DJing, by the way?
Since '92, so 25 years.
25 years.
Yeah.
For the babies that are watching the show.
Yeah.
What a blessing, Martin. You get to do what you
I'm
love.
not a millionaire, but at least
It's not about the money.
It's the passion.
It's the passion.
Yeah,
money cannot buy you a passion.
Right.
Some people have money, but they have no passion. Their money is like they all angry,
Right.
and it makes you wonder, like, you have the money, what else do you need? And it has to balance itself out.
I remember. Sorry to interrupt, but yesterday, after leaving the cultural event,
Yeah.
the ALD, I was at home testing some of the Wally songs on my laptop to make sure they actually play. That's how like.
So
That's how anal I can be sometimes. Yeah, making sure somebody sing. Yeah.
So do you consider yourself a perfectionist?
I've been called a perfectionist, and only in certain things. When it comes to when it comes to traveling, because I love traveling. I gotta make sure.
Listen,
Right.
I am such a big fan of yours. I'm always following you on social media, on Instagram, and Facebook.
I know sometimes I go like crazy
I'm like,
things,
what?
but
It's going for me. It's going
Right,
on.
right.
It's a big deal. It's very inspiring.
yeah. So I have to make sure my travel plans are perfect, and then when I do music, I always go this will be perfect when I do an event.
So when you travel to events, so everything gets covered by people that are calling you, or you have to go there alone?
It depends. It depends. But for the most part, it is all inclusive. Whatever I charge you, it does include the transportation.
So you have different packages.
Different packages for different events. Through
So some people that are
Facebook,
watching
social
right
media,
now,
that's the
then-
easiest way to get in contact with me. Send me a message in my inbox, or there's always someone that knows someone who knows me. Yeah, just like every other Gambian, really. So average, there's some Gambians on my Facebook that actually have about 900 mutual friends. That's how small, that's how small Gambia is. Yeah, it's such a close knit community. So it's a lot easier when to network as a Gambian, because
But how does it make you feel though, knowing that you have Gambia is becoming almost too small, where everybody's like knowing each other based on social media and stuff? How does it make you feel like staying in business?
it makes a lot of things a lot easier than if you were like another nationality. Yeah, being a Gambian and knowing the right people. I'm blessed to know a lot of great Gambians. So when you need certain things, it's nice to know that you're one phone call away or one text message away to getting something taken care of. So that's a blessing, for a lot of Gambians, because other nationalities don't have that. Like it's easier for me if Michael Jordan, for instance, was to go to Gambia. It's a lot easier for me to go to Gambia and meet Michael Jordan than for me to meet him here. Here I probably won't have almost zero access. Right, but if he goes to Gambia, I might just run into him at like La Parisienne or something.
Anyway, yeah,
Right.
you're definitely right about that.
Right.
Martin, you are such a big deal in our community. It's so humbling to have you on the show. I want you to tell me one regret, one thing that you wish you'd done differently, knowing what you knew about India.
One thing I wish I'd done differently, I wish, like, from the get-go, when I started, I'd invested more in equipment. You see, I'm big on equipment and quality sound. When I go to Gambia, if there's one thing I can critique about a lot of sound systems in the Gambia, I think where people that manage nightclubs and stuff like that, I think that's where they can invest more money is to provide the DJs with all the tools they need to be able to play the way they want to.
More effective.
Right, to be more effective as DJs, yeah, you need the quality speakers, you need quality subs, quality tops. You know, they just need those tools.
Like pretty much, you can't be an army. You gotta go prepare with all your ammunition.
Correct. Yeah, that's where definitely.
So does that concern you? The fact that
It does. It does, because when I every time I go to Gambia, you always have high expectations. You know, when you go to DJ an event, you're ready. You got your sound, you got all your songs ready, and then a lot of times you would have to use someone else's equipment because it's all the way in Gambia, and then you're just the quality of the sound is not what you hope it to be. So I just wish people would just invest more on quality sound, and the people that they hire to take care of the sound actually do take good care of it. Right, know what they're doing. Because to me it's a big deal. It is a big deal to have quality sound. I can't stress it enough. Yeah, how important good sound is.
It's amazing. Right. It's everything, especially with DJ and stuff. Right. Tell us more. In 5 years from now, we're about to wrap this up, but I just want to know so much. 5 years from now, where can we see Mr. Martin Monday?
Hopefully, Fortune 500. No, just kidding. Yeah,
don't forget about the little people.
Right, I know, right? Don't forget about the little ones.
No.
Yeah, but seriously though, just continue to be a better DJ. I'm never satisfied with how I play. That's just me. I always want to do better. There's always something I can improve on every time I finish an event. There's always something I'm not too happy about. I try to improve on the next time.
You're a true artist. Like it's never satisfied.
No, never.
There's always
never.
something.
Yeah,
I wish
there's always.
Isn't that something? It's like your own critic.
Yeah,
and you're like your own order. The devil on the other side too. It's me. On this side too, it's me. It's amazing.
Right.
It's amazing.
That too. I have three girls. One's getting ready to go to university.
Oh, by the way, your daughters.
Right.
I love those girls.
Yeah,
oh
thank you.
God.
Thank you.
They are so beautiful, and it seems like you are such a great father.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. They have a wonderful mom too, who's done an awesome job raising them. Yeah, she's getting ready to go to university in this summer, and I also have a 17-year-old and a 13-year-old. So they're my inspiration. They really keep me going, and whatever I do out in the public, I always try to be set a good example for them, because I can only control what I do. When they're out there, I can't control what they go through at school or out in the streets. But as long as me being a parent can set a good example, I just hope they can follow. I just hope I'm a good example to them, and they can grow up to inspire other people.
To have you on the show, a legend like yourself, it's very inspiring, and you inspire a generation, including myself. And I can't be more proud of you. But I really, really, really thank you for being on the show.
But thank you.
Is
and
there
just
any
want to mention
last word?
one more thing. That DJ, I forgot his name. Was Sofly Bala.
DJ Sofly.
Yeah, great guy. Yeah, I enjoy listening to him play music. Yeah.
Aquarius.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Well, DJ
Occasionally
Sofly.
he'll be at Aquarius or at the stadium playing during someone's event. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Right. Is there any last word that you want to say to people that are watching the show?
I also should do a better job promoting Gambian artists, but also never give up if you're in the music industry or entertainment industry. Just keep pushing. Don't wait for an outsider to praise one of our artists before we get to appreciate our own. That's my biggest thing though. We can't wait for someone else to lift us up before we see it, and then start claiming that they're one of us.
Well, It's such an honor to have you in the show.
Well, thank you. It's an
Thank
honor
you
to be
so
here.
much.
You know,
Thank you.
I still need to work on my interviewing skills, but
you
here.
did a great job. I'm sure you guys can attest to that. I feel like I forgot I was interviewing you because you know I'm too nosy.
That's all right.
Thank you so much, Martin. Thank you so much for being on the show. Well, that brings us to the end of our segment for the Mimi JANHA Show. I'm your host, Mrs. JANHA, and all right, keep it live on the Mimi JANHA Show.